So welcome everybody, and I want to what I'm going to do this morning is I want to make it interactive. And so when take yourself back to the playground. Who is the type of kid who made sure everybody lined up by twos before an activity? Lined up by twos. Who is the type of kid that wanted to make sure everybody got a turn at bat? Everybody got a chance to play. Okay, everybody got a chance to play. Who is the type of kid who changed the rules in the middle of the game? Say, okay, there you have it. And who is the type of kid who said, if we play it my way, we're going to win? Yeah, we got some of those too. Okay, so while we're laughing, we were able to boil down the personalities of people into 4 playground personalities. So in front of you, there's a little quick assessment. It's certainly not statistically significant. It's not scientifically created. It's kind of created just to get you a feel for where you sit in the playground. So why don't you take a minute and just take the assessment real quick, and then we'll get into the meat of the program. Does everybody have an assessment? I just want to make sure we have a couple of extras. Okay. You know, you can't run up to the new VP of Operation and say, will you take this playground personality assessment so I know how you operate? So we're going to teach you some tricks. I mean, you could, but they might think you're weird. And so HR professionals usually advise leaders, whether they're operations leaders, business leaders, president leaders, union leaders, and with any kind of advice about things that are changing in the organization. We can't do things the way we used to do things. Things are different now, especially during this whole economic redevelopment. And so HR professionals especially have to kind of know how to interact with all kinds of folks at all levels. I've got some strategic communication styles that you'll be able to use to hopefully get the results that you want when it comes to interacting with a work group, one-on-one, teams, whoever it might be. We're going to talk a little bit about company culture, because I think a lot of the things that we do, if you're working in an organization, you might know the playground personality type by the culture. It's never to make fun of anybody, make no mistake. It's not to say Joe or Jane Doe is an X. That's not what we're talking about. There's one playground personality that could fall into that trap. Who is that? Let's be honest. The steamroller. Because they get so wrapped up in everything, they'll say, well, Joe's a knucklehead. Okay? It doesn't mean that they mean it, but that's how they collect their information sometimes. They go right to the source. And so you'll never have a peacemaker throwing another peacemaker under the bus. You'll never have peacemakers throwing anybody under the bus, okay? Organizers throw people under the bus all the time. That's what we do. You know, you're out. You didn't bring the spreadsheet, we're done. This meeting's over. Well, everybody gets all crazy. So it isn't easy, but if you learn some of the attributes from the assessment, you'll start listening to the words. Great question. Good. Anybody have any other comments? Well, thank you, everybody.